items.
Laning is looking very similar to it was before. Razor going solo in the bot for the Dire, while Nyx Assassin is going mid. Looks like both teams might be contesting for the top here, top rune.
Yeah. We'll have to see how the laning phase wants to go. Did they go aggressive? Did they start off as an aggressive tri lane last time?
They did. Both
30
teams had a
seconds
tri
to
lane
battle.
in the top.
Okay. Lots of pings on them there. Yeah. Ooh. I think this is, yeah, it's just gonna be Razor Medusa. I imagine Medusa's gonna get this one. Razor. Well, I guess you could run up and drain her, but we'll see which one of them gets it. Bottom.
Yeah, Razor going up against Medusa in the bottom with Nyx Assassin going against the Invoker,
battle
most likely
begins.
mid.
I'll take that as tribute.
The Juggernaut able to get the rune at the bottom, or excuse me, the top. I didn't see who quite got the bottom one.
It was Medusa, grabbed the bottom one.
Ah.
She's skilled up Mana Shield level 1, which isn't... It's not terrible, but it's not quite ideal. Usually you want Mystic Snake for that early harass, but it should be fine. She's a lot closer to getting level 2 now than the Razor is.
All things
So the tri-lane's taking shape in the top. Looks like Juggernaut going to be the farming carry for the Dire, which I believe is Easy Money.
Yeah.
Yes, Easy Money is the Dire. While
Yeah.
Faceless Void being
Denied.
the carry for the Black Knights.
And just as a side thing, if you missed it, East tossed up a very interesting stat that Medusa and Faceless Void only have a 33% win rate this patch over 12 games together when they're on the same team. So it's yeah, it's interesting though because there's two of the hardest carries in the game, but they don't seem to be able to win it, and I wonder if that's because it's too greedy and they lose early. Oh wow, that cask bounce. Ogre Magi drops down to the top lane. They had a God Coconut coming out from Scary Boom on the Witch Doctor, bounced off of the Ogre, the Void, and back to the Ogre.
An early first blood.
I didn't think they were going to be able to pick up that kill, that's why I didn't say anything. I thought Juggernaut was just trying to zone him back with the Blade Fury, but nonetheless, we'll
Blade
pick it up.
Fury just has so much DPS at level 1. And
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of the interesting things where you see a lot of people they'll get the 1 point in it, especially now when every time you see Juggernaut played in a tier 1 game, he's skilled up a little bit differently. But lots of times getting 1 point in Blade Fury is probably the best, as the cooldown reduction isn't that important because he doesn't have the mana cost to use it all that often.
yeah.
And the damage doesn't increase all that much.
Sand King roaming a little bit in the river, grabbing the
fades
rune.
away.
But you have to keep in mind the stuns from Vengeful Spirits and Witch Doctor. I think gives plenty of opportunity for the Blade Fury to do what the damage it needs to get early kills, which I think is what we saw.
Between the chainstones coming out from Witch Doctor and Venge, they've got a lot of opportunity to get these kills, especially
Some action
because
between Invoker and Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin's trying to retreat. Both are incredibly low health. But no kills result from it.
just gonna walk away there. Walker's going Quas Wex, doesn't have Sunstrike to finish him off, and Nyx Assassin's out of mana, can't go for the Impale to get the kill either, so both gonna have to wander away.
The supports from the tri-lane on the top, it looks like they're trying to set up some sort of gank against Razor. But Razor's playing fairly conservative under his tower.
One thing... Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just surprised that the supports from this top tri-lane aren't just beating or harassing Faceless Void more.
One reason why I think that is they're probably scared to get caught underneath the tower. If they get, I see like Vengeance tries to go up for a little bit of harass, but she's very short range. She's only like 500. There's only 400 range, sorry. And then the Witch Doctor, he's been pulling. They should really be doing that the other way around. Have Witch Doctor sitting in lane with the Venge stacking and pulling, just because the attack range difference. But probably comes down to the players who are comfortable doing that which hero they're on. Just little things like that that can really help out. Because I mean, Witchdoctor wouldn't have had to go past here to harass him down there, whereas Venge has to come up to about here. Like little things.
Ogre Magi still appears to be roaming around.
Yeah, he's spending way too much time just kind of wandering around, not sure what he's trying to do. If he'd gotten that Invis rune, it would have been fine, but Nyx is the one who's able to pick it up. And I don't think he'll be able to... he might be able to kill the Invoker, but the problem is Invoker's going to have to come probably to about here. Otherwise, Nyx won't be able to kill him before he runs back up into the tower range. There's little things like that. Medusa should be okay down here now alone. I don't know why Sand King's here.
Yeah, maybe they're just abandoning the tri-lane at the top and just turning into more of a traditional...
Yeah, defensive. I mean, if Ogre had stayed down here with them, they could easily zone out the Razor, maybe even pick up a kill if they get a good snake bounce, but... Gonna do a lot. Yeah, that's good. Just because they could chain the Burrow Strike as well as the Fire Blast, it wouldn't be an issue. Mid lane, not a lot. Going on.
Nothing too much happening mid. Both heroes seem to be farming. Let's see here. Invoker with 20 creep kills while Nyx has 11. So wow, this Invoker's actually out farming the Nyx almost 2 to 1.
And it's not... I'm not too surprised by that. Nyx should be able to hold the lane fairly well against the Invoker, just with his incredibly high base regen and then the mana burn. But he's been roaming around trying to pick up these bottom runes a lot, and he hasn't been able to get anything because of them. Haste rune spawns bottom. We'll see who picks that up, but so far not a whole lot. Pretty content to farm, and the longer the game stays like this, the better off it is for the Radiant. Like, even though there's that statistic, I'm curious as to the length of those games. Because they must have been very quick. I imagine the Void Medusa were picked fairly early and then either counter-picked very hard or like just beaten by like early pushing combinations.
Sand King picking up the Haste Rune uncontested.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and rotate bottom. He won't be able to pick anything up, though. Razor's hurt and sitting behind his tower. He's actually ferrying out some more regen to himself with a Clarity and a Salve, as well as a Magic Stick.
So why do you think the Radiant decided to move Sand King to the bottom lane permanently?
Well, he's level 3, so I figured he was going to be stacking the jungle and farming it. Level 2 Sandstorm lasts long enough that you can kill any creep camp with it. And usually that's what Sand Kings do, is they'll sit in lane for the first minute or two and get level 3, like 2 or 3 minutes, and maybe roam, set up a first blood or something along those lines, but it wasn't able to happen, and he so far hasn't been stacking any of these camps. Like, they're all unstacked, so
a lot of wasted potential farm.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick up that Blink Dagger anytime soon. It's going to be probably 25 minutes before he gets a Blink Dagger if he keeps this up. So he's got to go just... Like, he keeps sitting here trying to find an opportunity to go in Razor where he just needs to stack this camp this time and then Sandstorm it down. And go for a small camp, like... not the most efficient farming. But, it's all good. Juggernaut picked up a Midas, though. I didn't see the exact timing on it. Looking for it, but he's already used it once.
I feel if you can pick it up before the 8-minute mark, the Midas can eventually pay for itself.
Dire's middle tower is under
usually decent timing for a Midas on a safe lane carry, especially one that's had as much farm as he has. He's got 54 CS this late. Usually you see it picked up. Oh, he's already got a Morbid Mask. Okay, that makes it a little better. I thought it was just the Midas and brown boots. Usually you want to see the Midas around 6 minutes. But yeah, you can make it up for it, and he's gonna farm very quickly because there's no way that they can. Oh, they're gonna go on the Ogre Magi, and the Faceless Void heats an Omni Slash, but he's just gonna back away, not able to pursue with that. Not enough mana for the Blade Fury. But Omni Slash down, I guess. Worth. I just worry for what I assume is Black Eagle, as easy money is tagged up EM.
Nyx is moving to the bottom lane. Looks like he might be trying to set up something against Medusa.
Lands the thing.
Oh, the stun goes off Medusa. She's not looking so hot.
There.
That's a kill.
One more crap.
Sand King comes in way too late, trying to misses his stun. Oh, Sand King literally just gives away another free kill.
Yeah, that's tough. Rotated way too late for that one. Not able to get there in time to save his carry, and I mean that's where usually like if the ogre had been sitting behind the Medusa and the Sand King had been
Radiant's
snacking and
bottom
farming the
tower
jungle
is under
camps, it would have been fine. But they're not spreading out around the map very effectively. Like the ogre was sitting up here with the Faceless Void, but he doesn't need to do that. Faceless Void is level 6, can throw out a defensive chrono if he absolutely has to, and can always time walk away. So there's no real need for him to be out there. It's a little unfortunate.
No, I completely agree. At this point, Faceless should be able to farm fairly well by himself.
And he has gotten a... Go ahead.
Oh, and no, you. Oh no, you
What
go
I was
ahead.
all I was gonna say is the Faceless Void has gotten way too much out of this offlane, though, for what it should have been. He's got 42 CS at 10 minutes, which is for the offlane up against the tri-lane is really good. So he's interestingly enough, he's got a ring of health. I was guessing he's going for the Battle Fury, which is a little strange, but it's all good. I think Juggernaut's got he's got his Mask of Madness finished now as well. Have that coming up to him fairly soon.
Yeah, Juggernaut is farming very well. Has over 1,000 more gold.
Oh, up in the mid lane, Tornado EMP onto the Nyx Assassin. Cold Snap comes out. They're following around. Needs one more right click. Is he going to get it? The Haster's activated, and he's not going to be able to finish off the Nyx. Able to get away by the skin of his teeth.
Dire's middle tower
I think
is
the
under
Spike
attack.
Carapace there. I'm not sure if it might have backtracked or blocked the EMP. I'd have to check the combat log to see what it did, but nice play by the Nyx Assassin, able to get away from that. No, it was just a cold shot or a cold snap proc that
Dire's
it
middle
blocked.
tower is under attack.
But he was able to get away still with about 30 health.
Sand King still in the jungle, farming with his Sandstorm.
Yeah. This creep should go down. Nyx. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Out, we're gonna see Nyx going on the Medusa bottom, throws out Impale, lands it after the Vendetta. Mana Burn's there. Razor shows up as well. Mana Shield gets turned
Dire's
on.
middle
Medusa's
tower
probably
is
gonna be able
under
to get away
attack.
from this. The Razor's way too low to dive this. Chronosphere's gonna come up from the Faceless Void. Coconut comes through though, and the Witch Doctor's able to keep the Razor alive with the healing. EMP comes out, it's gonna follow up. Not gonna finish with the Razor, but the Void does. Now it looks like it's gonna be the Witch Doctor gonna be going down here. Void needs to get in range. One more attack coming up from either of them. There it is. One more swing and he gets him. 3-0 on the bottom lane.
Ooh, not a
Radiant's top
great
tower
exchange
is
at
under
all
attack.
for the Radiant.
Radiant structures are
For the-
fortified.
Dire.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all good.
Well, there's a 50-50 chance you have it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Radiant's
So,
top
looks
tower
like
is
they're
under
gonna be able to
attack.
farm that. And Sand King will eventually get his Blink Tag. It'll be a lot quicker than
Radiant's
25
top
minutes.
tower
Prediction.
has fallen.
Yeah, well, he's rushing it, and he's now stopped sitting in the lane, not doing anything, and is just farming away, letting the
Radiant's
ogre
top tower
do
is
that,
under
which is
attack.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom Razor's gonna go in on ogre, gets the drain off. They're chasing him down. No coconut yet, though. I don't think they're gonna get in range for it. The link's broken. At this point, they should probably just turn around and hit creeps.
Double damage.
Double damage rune on Faceless Void. Let's see if he does anything with it. I don't think he has the mana or the cooldown for Chronosphere.
Yeah, well, he definitely doesn't have the mana now after that. Gets mana burnt. Nothing left in the tank. And he's gonna just kind of wander away, I guess.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor doing a good job getting some D wards on,
Dire's
and
top
it's gonna get
tower
pinged
is
out.
under
So
attack.
Sand King and Ogre Magi are gonna go on the Witch Doctor. They chain their stuns. Sandstorm comes out, they get an Ignite, Witch Doctor's healing up. It is level 2 healing,
My hex
but it's
is
not going to
Radiant's
matter.
bottom tower
Yeah, I
is
don't think it
under
matters
attack.
because I mean they just deal to, the chain stun was just too much initially.
They'll keep him down. Level 3, he might have been able to walk away,
Radiant's
just kind of
bottom
run out
tower
this
is under
way
attack.
and save it a little bit. But he had that second point in Cask, which is fine. Or the value point in Maledict, but...
Invoker and Faceless Void being very aggressive against this mid tower. Actually, Invoker actually retreating, so now it's just Faceless Void.
Witch Doctor's gonna TP in. Doesn't look like Nyx is gonna make a go of it or anything. Juggernaut's still just farming away. 0, 1, and 0, 0, and 1 as far as kills go. But he's got most of his Yasha ready to go, and he's gonna have the Midas up in just a moment. I'm interested to see. I guess he's probably going for the Manta build, which is alright, but wonder if it might be an S and Y. Maybe make that game time decision.
It was not meant.
Medusa, who was farming very well before, is kind of starting to fall off. Been killed once, has 2 assists though. Fair ways away from the Lincoln Sphere, and I mean, well, I think it's an alright Lincoln's game. There's just so many things that can go through it. They've got the Coconut, which will proc the Lincolns, but will still bounce off of the hero, just won't stun. They've got the Juggernaut ulti, who will do roughly the same thing. The Lincolns will block the stun, but the rest of the ulti will still jump through. Nyx Assassin's got Mana Burn to get rid of it, as well as the Razor has Static Link, and then Venge has her swap and her stun. So they have multiple ways to deal with the Lincoln Sphere, but usually on Medusa you don't get it just for the Lincoln's ability, you get it for the stats and the sustain. So I think it's okay, but it's not going to be the most effective.
Invoker sending a tornado on Nyx. Nyx
EMP did.
retreats.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, EMP doesn't land. Nyx is going to be able to just walk away from that one.
They're not being very aggressive with this farming, pushing into the Radiant territory.
And, I mean, at this point in the game, Juggernaut can probably solo kill anybody, including the Ogre, even with his 8 armor. With his ulti, he just has to pop the Mask of Madness and go to town. He'll get the extra auto attacks during his ulti, so it's alright. Void picked up another DD rune. The Rune of Destiny is real with him, and Nyx has to be careful. He's got a little bit left on this. If he had been a little more aggressive, he could have leapt in and Chronosphere killed the Nyx pretty quick. But didn't look like he was willing to. Oh. Invoker's Ghost walked it up. Wants the Juggernaut. We'll have to see if they're willing to go for it. One thing I didn't talk about was how quickly Invoker picks up his Orchid. He could, if he gets a little bit of help, he could actually kill the Juggernaut with just the 2 of them.
The silence and damage application is incredibly powerful.
They're gonna know now, though. He got touched by the Ghost Walk. They're gonna ping it out. The gig is up. Invoker's been spotted.
Like he's trying to kill us.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they're not gonna be able to rotate through, but nonetheless, it will be maybe look to push this. Chronosphere is up. Venge does have swap, and there's a Voodoo Restoration as well as with the Death Ward, so we'll have to see. Faceless Void still working towards the Battle
Radiant's
Fury.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. It's okay. I still think Mask of Madness is better. I mean, he's got it, but like Mask of Madness into the Maelstrom, I think is better. I was meaning, you get the lightning procs, let you solo kill people a lot more than the Battle Fury does.
I don't know if I agree with the Mask of Madness on Faceless Void. I feel like he's not a very innately tanky hero anyway. I mean, he does have the backtrack ability, but that's really a healing ability, not so much of a tank ability.
Yeah. Oh,
Dire's
Juggernaut
bottom
comes through,
tower is
gets a
under
double
attack.
kill with that Omni Slash. Deathward's gonna get dropped down. They're looking to go on the Medusa. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be able to finish her off. Nyx Assassin misses the
Radiant's
Impale. They get the
courier
Courier though.
has been killed.
Not sure what it was doing there. Medusa's off to the
Dire's
side.
middle
Doesn't have
tower
mana
is
to
under
TP out
attack.
just yet. Nyx Assassin's looking for the Ogre Magi down in the river. Gets him with a Vendetta. Are they gonna be able to find the Medusa? Juggernaut doesn't realize that there's a path here. And unfortunately, Medusa's now regened up and going to be able to TP out.
That is a clutch save for Medusa.
Hmm. The idea behind the Mask of Madness on Void is you only hit it when you're in the Chronosphere. So you just Chrono and then Mask of Madness afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you land a good enough Chrono, you don't have to worry about taking any damage ever. Is kind of the thing. So
Well, I mean,
it's not too bad.
I understand the philosophy, but it seems like the mask damage application lasts for, what, 12 seconds? The Chronosphere,
Yeah.
even with the staff, lasts, what, 6?
Yeah. You
Still
just pop it and then run
That's
away.
still 6 seconds of potential. If you can get a chainstone on him right then.
Hmm. No, for sure. If he's caught with it on it, he blows up very quick. But it's one of those risk reward things. Like the reward is way more often worth it rather than
Yeah.
the potential risks. I'm gonna get that D ward on. Fortunately, they missed the obs ward there on the side.
Rune
A little bit
spotting.
unfortunate for them. Oh, Tornado EMP is gonna whiff. Airball coming up from the Invoker. Fortunately, unable to land it. So far, it's been a pretty quiet game. Venge actually has a mechanism as well. 20 minutes. That's not bad at all. Juggernaut, his next item. He got his Manta style. Not sure what he's going for next, but I'll have to wait and see. On the mid lane, looks like they're going to go on the Invoker. He's going to get swapped, chainstunned, and brought down as they converge as 3 on Dam. Initiation with the Vendetta. Nyx also has a Blink Dagger, so they have to be very careful of that. And I'm going to guess he's going for probably a Dagon afterwards as well, as the Sand King's quite squishy. The Invoker is as well. Faceless Void, if he doesn't get any backtracks, is pretty soft. Medusa's pretty tough to solo kill right now, but he does have the mana burn. So it's we'll have to see how it goes.
Ooh. Nyx goes in.
Nyx gonna go in. Nope. Sand King able to blink away. Blinks out from underneath the Maledict before it procs his Blink Dagger cooldown. Okay. So,
Dire's bottom
Mask of
tower
Madness
is under
is apparently better on Void than anything else. Not that anything else seems to be particularly good. Interesting that he's got such a low win rate. I guess it's probably the way people run him now is they often run him just as the Chronosphere in a lot of the top tier games. Ogre Magi is going to get swapped back, stunned up, and taken down by the trio of Nyx, Witch Doctor, and Vengeful Spirit. So another death going the way of this mid lane,
Dire's bottom tower
and
is
another
under
kill
attack.
in favor of the Dire.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bottom tower about to go down.
Radiant's middle tower. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Just what the doctor ordered.
No tornado coming out from the Invoker or anything yet. Medusa's finally got his Lincoln Sphere on him. Gonna be alright with that.
It seems both teams are content not to really push too hard.
Lots of chipping and poking, and each team's taking the others off lane, but that's about it. No real hard commitments for their safe lane tower or the mid either way. No one looking towards Roshan at all either.
So in the late game, which is apparently where we're going, who do you think has the advantage?
The later it goes,
Radiant's bottom
the
tower
later it goes,
is
the
under
better I
attack.
think it is for the Radiant. Invoker scales very well late, so does Medusa. Ogre Magi scales not bad. I'm not saying Witch Doctor and Venge don't go late, it's just the Sand King and Ogre, they have a lot more game-changing potential. Like the Sand King especially, if he can land a big multi-hero burrow strike with a full epicenter on them, especially if he has an Ags or a Veil of Discord or something along those lines. A lot more, and then the Ogre's lockdown potential is a lot higher than the Venge's. She only has the one stun on a 10-second cooldown, whereas Ogre's got 2 of them, and then they multicast, they can stun for a lot longer. Just little things like that.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, looks like Juggernaut's going to be found out here. He's going to just pop his Blade Fury and TP away. Chronosphere used, but unfortunately too late, and he's away and safe. He's going to be alright. Nyx Assassin's just hanging out in the area, though. Might be looking for a kill here. He's got a haste rune. EMP gets dropped onto the Vengeful Spirit. as well as the silence. She gets leapt on, bashed once, and brought down. Invoker picking up that kill.
Seems Easy Money's Zero playing very aggressive.
Now, unfortunately, Nyx Assassin tried to go in the Invoker, unable to finish him off. He's going to get orchided up, and he's going to have to run back to the safety of his team, but Invoker's very low. They're going to have to watch out. Multicast comes out, and then it's the Gorgon comes back with Stone Gaze and a Mystic Snake. Lands on a whole bunch of them. Here in Epicenter, but unfortunately, it was not channeled properly. Juggernaut comes through, cleans up 2, and he's going to look to make it more as the EMP went through and got another kill. Tornado, sorry, it was that went through and got another kill, but I don't think Juggernaut should pursue this, even though he's diving very deep. He does have the Blade Fury if he wants to go for it. Yeah, he's got to get out of there. He's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, Sand King doesn't have mana for the stun, so I don't think he should be able to kill him. Yeah. It was very unfortunate, though, that the fight before, or the moment before, the Void's Chronosphere had whiffed on a Juggernaut. What he was trying to do is cancel the TP with Chrono, as that's the only thing they have that will go through BKB. Or sorry, Magic Community in this case, it's the Blade Fury. But he didn't throw it out quite quick enough, he wasn't there in time. And then what was really bad is the Sand King channeled his Epti, let it go for probably 2, maybe 3 pulses, and then blinked. But he blinked into the trees, and so was unable to really commit to it. Oh, Invoker's going to find the Vengeful Spirits. EMP is going to finish him off. Coconut's going to fly through. It's going to get bounced in between these two. It's going to hold him in place fairly well. Nyx Assassin looks to go on the Invoker. He gets the stun and the Mana Burn. Looking to finish him off, and he does. Now Nyx Assassin himself looking to get turned around on. Void leaps in, needs a hit. There it is.
Get the kill.
Gets another one. They're going to be able to push the mid tower off of this.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And Juggernaut's going to have his ulti up here in a little bit once he gets a little more mana. With Void Stone, maybe going for a Battle Fury of his own. Get the cleave damage off of his Omni Slash, which I mean, it's now 12 bounces on a 70-second cooldown. Picked up his Ags.
Juggernaut is sitting in the woods. You can also hear him thinking if he should go in or not.
Looks like they're going to back off. Maybe they think about Roshan, maybe not. We'll have to see. They can actually turn on this. Doesn't look like they want to. Ogre Magi TP is out from up here, and then the Sand King blinks away, so they're not going to go. But nonetheless, there's an Invis rune here. Surprisingly, neither team has picked up any more vision than they have. Both teams have only been wandering around with a handful of sentries. I mean, the Nyx Assassin and the Sand King and the Invoker on the respective teams. Usually those are heroes you want to counter, and Sand King is going to look like he's going to pick up an Talisman, so I'm assuming he's going to go for the Veil of Discord, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a while before we can get that. But nonetheless, alright, Impure Tornado's up on Invoker. They don't have any vision down in the mid lane. Nyx Assassin should be fine. He's also picked up his Dagon too, so the burst damage coming from him significantly increased. Heroes like the Invoker can just die instantaneously to him. Same with the Void.
Yeah, if that Nyx can find an isolated support, then he can kill them almost instantly, it seems like. And he can do a lot of damage to this Medusa as well. I don't think he'd be able to get the solo kill unless... it'd be pretty tough. You'd have to almost go in... When he's level 16, he'll be able to be here in a bit. Because what you can do is you can wait until Vendetta's almost off cooldown. Or almost... Like, it's the uptime is the same as the downtime for Vendetta. So you pop it, find the Medusa, and if you catch her at the end of Vendetta, pop your combo, Vendetta comes back up, you Vendetta again, and get that second hit in there. Another bottom tower goes down.
Bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Seems that Easy Money is trying to get that easy money by pushing bottom lane.
Yeah, they've cleared up the tier 1 and the tier 2, and now it looks like they can rotate on the mid lane. Blink and Pale comes up from the Nyx Assassin. He breaks the Lincoln Sphere as well. Juggernaut's got his ult if he wants to use it. I suggest popping it. He is. He's gonna bounce through a couple of creeps, but eventually comes back. Sand King comes through with a great epicenter. No Burrow Strike to follow up though, and he does end up going down. Looks like Medusa is as well. Witch Doctor Ward comes through, cleans up the Faceless Void before he can do anything. EMP Tornado, EMP is gonna land on the Juggernaut, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna be able to take this tier 1. We'll see how far they want to push. Dustin blinks forward, looking for that Impale. It's off cooldown now. Got it if he wants it, and looks like he's just gonna back off.
Easy money.
Radiant's middle tower
Juggernaut's
is
still
under
pushing.
attack.
They've got the Healing Ward as well as the Voodoo Restoration. Like, the amount of health regen that these guys have, it's absolutely insane. And they're gonna eat an EMP, but I don't think, or sorry, a Tornado, but I don't think it's gonna matter a whole lot. They're gonna be able to take this tier 2, and Juggernaut's now got a Battle Fury, so next time that happens, he's gonna be cleaving all over the place, and it's gonna be pretty rough for the Radiant.
So they pushed all the way to the base against the Radiant and
Dire's
immediately
top tower
retreat for
is under
Roshan.
attack.
I mean, it seems like once you have established this type of map control dominance by pushing so much, immediately going to the Roshan seems to be a good idea.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Immortality.
There's almost nothing the Black Knights are able to do to stop easy money.
Yeah,
Haste.
their comeback plan is high ground defense, which they should have in spades. Between the Chronosphere, the Stone Gaze, as well as the Sand King Epicenter, and then Invoker's conglomerate of spells, they should be able to clear out any waves coming their way. And as long as they don't like blow all of them out in one fight and then lose it, like if they go in with the Epicenter and the Invoker combo and they get a kill but lose one, I think that's fine. Then the next time they go in with Stone Gaze or the Chronosphere, it'll be as long as they trade somewhat evenly, they'll be okay. The problem is if they go in and like stack up all their spells. So Medusa goes in, Stone Gazes them all, and then Sand King tries to epi them. Well, I mean, you don't take any magical damage while you're Stone Gazed, except from Mystic Snake. But it's just something along those lines. Or if Void, they all try and go in and then Void Chronos his entire team. But we're gonna see Juggernaut leap through. He gets one kill. He's looking for another one. He's gonna get it. Double kill comes out with the Omni Slash, and they're gonna be able to push the Hagen off this. No buybacks on the Void, and I'm thinking, unfortunately, this is gonna be a lane of racks. We'll see if this is enough to deter the Black Eagles from finishing out this game, or if they're gonna hang in there. Did you have some of the best late game in the world? Speaking of it, Medusa's pushing the top lane. Gonna get forced back by the next assassin. Gonna be able to cancel. No, unfortunately, Impale was already used.
Juggernaut. Ah, man. Juggernaut just going to town. He hates buildings, apparently. Late spins out of there. Razor does not have that spell immunity. It's going down.
And another crit. That's a godlike 0 on the Juggernaut. Unfortunately, he gets multicast dropped pretty low. He's still got his Aegis though. He's gonna look forward, going for the Invoker. Gets a crit and able to bring him down. Omni Slash is gonna be up in 6 seconds. Is he gonna be able to use it before he goes down?
Oh, no,
Aegis is popped. Chronosphere's coming out though. Unfortunately, nice swap from the Venge just to slow everything down. They're taking a lot of damage here though. Omni Slash comes out and they're able to clean up the Void once again. Still no buyback on him, and Zero's gonna chase all the way to the well, but doesn't go inside. Probably for the best. He's gone and buys a Basher, pops out the Healing Ward, and gotta get out of there.
That was the problem with the Mask of Madness on Void I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
If you don't win the fight within one Chronosphere, then it seems like you're almost screwed.
Yeah, it's a little tough like that. It's hard to pin that down on one item though when you're like this far behind. I mean, they're over 12k in the hole, both experience and 15k experience, but 12k gold, so it's very hard to kill them. And they also have a very sustainable team. Like Witch Doctor's got the max level Voodoo Restoration. They've also got the Healing Ward, so it's gonna be tough for them to bring anyone down. And Medusa, unfortunately, she does some damage, but she doesn't do as much as they need. She's their only right clicker right now is unfortunately Void outside of Chronosphere doesn't do a whole lot. He can't really sit up there even with Mask of Madness off. He just gets there's too many stuns, and then the Razor drains him, and he doesn't hit for anything. Being a Razor, he's got a BKB now, and the next assassin's got a Dagon 4.
That's already up to 4.
Yeah. He's gonna have his Dagon 5 here in 500 gold as well, and then at that point, I think it's just whenever they want to push, they can go for it again. That 15-second cooldown, 800 damage nuke, pretty good. Good item. Looks like the next assassin's gonna be able to find them. I don't think he can kill the Medusa, but he can definitely get the Ogre. He's gonna go for it. There goes the Impale, Earthspike, Mana Drain, Mana Burn, sorry, and one more Dagon and a right click. Gonna finish him off. Oh, that's the, and I mean, Ogre is not a squishy hero. He's got a fair bit of health as well as the, oh, top lane, Chronosphere comes out onto the Juggernaut solo. He gets his mana drained and he's gonna go down.
Oh!
Not sure what he was doing. That's a godlike spree split amongst assists. So no one getting any large boost, but they all get a lot of golden experience for that one.
Yeah, you can see it immediately, the uptick in the net worth.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that was a very large kill. So Juggernaut giving up his, or wait, no, because I don't think you give up the streak when it's split by. Yeah, you don't give up the.
Grind me down for what? You are no match
Seems
for
that
my
the lead that
powers.
Easy Money had
But then,
is slowly
who
beginning
is?
to crumble.
Hmm. Sometimes it's tough like that. There's not a lot you can do about it.
It just really feels that the Black Knights are just happen to be in the right places at the right time to pick up the kills they need, like against Juggernaut and against Shaman. Or excuse me, Witch Doctor.
Yeah, they've been rotating fairly well, especially playing down a set of racks. It's going to be tough for them to continue on that way. But they, I think they can still come back and win this one pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but it's not outside the realm of possibility by any means. If Void is able to get another item, and he's got his fresh BKB, so in the next fight he's going to be a lot better off than he was. And Medusa's got her Scotty finished up, which Scotty on Medusa is an absolutely absurd amount of effective HP once the mana shield is calculated in there. So they have the tools, but the problem is they've only the next time there's a high ground push coming up for them, I imagine they'll wait for Roshan, which I'm not sure when Rosh is going to spawn. We'll know here in just over 2 minutes, or just under 2 minutes, sorry. But it's going to be a it'll be a little bit of a struggle for them. If they lose the fight, they shouldn't take one at the tier 2. If they lose one at the tier 3, they're just going to lose the rest of their base. Very much do or die.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Easy Money going. It looks like they're trying to initiate the 5-person.
The 5-man smoke coming out of mid lane. They're going to rotate through. They might catch Invoker here. Juggernaut's going to smoke. He's going to break. They ping it out. The tornado EMP goes through. It catches 2, and then he quickly pops Ghostwalk. He's going to look to rotate away. Witch Doctor did catch him with the dust. Cask, is it going to go through? Looks like he's not going to be able to get there. Invoker, he's going to be able to make it out of this one. And dust is now worn off. So good job by Invoker, able to stay away there. Oh, Nyx Assassin going for a kill. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to find it. Sanity now blinks away, and I think he's going to end up feeding away a kill here. He's going to get slowed up by the Medusa. That said, Void leaps away, lands a beautiful 3-man chrono. Medusa's outside, Stonegaze is on. They're going to be able to clean this up quite nicely. Ben's tries to swap out the Void, but unfortunately it's a little bit too late. They've already got 2. They're going to go through with an Omni Slash, though, looking to clean it up. He gets himself a double kill with the Omni. Now he's looking to man fight up against the Faceless Void. Faceless Void doesn't want anything to do with it. They hear an Epicenter being channeled. It's going to go through, connects onto both as well. But unfortunately, the Healing Ward's still standing, keeping them alive a little bit too well, and they're not able to take him down. Juggernaut's now chasing down the Invoker, gets him with a couple of more right clicks, and looks like that's going to be all she wrote. A 3-for-3 triple kill going the way of 0. And the Nyx Assassin who started all that mess, able to survive somehow. And the Healing Ward keeping them all up and ready to go. Medusa's got a buyback, but we'll see if she wants to use it.
Isn't it funny how sometimes those heroes that initiate fights live?
Yeah. Yeah, somehow he managed to, like, no one, everybody just seemed to forget about him. Oh, Void gets bashed up and Abyssal Bladed. He goes down very quickly. And he's got a buyback but no chrono. He's going to spend it. Medusa's got a buyback, hasn't used it yet. This is going to be a bottom lane of Rax. Healing Ward's going to be up in 8 seconds. Void's got to be careful. There's an Omni Slash going to be up in 10 seconds. And, I mean, we'll have to see how they want to go about this. There's no creeps there to tank it. If they group up at all, it's going to be pretty bad for him. Juggernaut has the mana now. He's just going to start clicking the tower. Actually going to go for the Sand King. And, oh, gets a bash on the Ogre. Going to keep going. Ogre turns on with a stun. And he's saving the Omni Slash. It's probably a good call. He can throw it out in the well if he wants to. Not going to bother. Looks like he's going to turn around and look to go for the Faceless Void. He's going to use the Omni. Void leaps forward. Able to get out of the Omni. That is a lucky bounce for sure. EMP's going to come through. And actually, the silence onto the Witch Doctor cancels his ulti. Medusa's gonna pop the Stone Gaze, looking to go through. Juggernaut not turned yet. Vengeful Spirit is, nope, not gonna turn. Medusa gets stunned up at the end. Razor's got his BKB on, still alive. Unfortunately, walks into Chrono. He's gonna get cleaned up. Nice swap from the Venge, though, keeping people alive for now. And Juggernaut's gonna go in, gets a crit and a bash on the Void. And Blade Fairy, he's gonna be able to finish him off. Maybe not. Mask Commander's move speed too much for the Void. He's gonna be able to leap away. In the end, Juggernaut's going to turn around, focus his attention onto Medusa. Gets a bash. He needs to get a couple more, though. Rise with how well he's been staying alive. Doesn't have the mana to pop out his ward now. He's going to have to Mask Command, just run away. Slow. One more right click from Invoker. That's going to do it. The Juggernaut goes down. And Nyx Assassin's going to have to scurry away on the end of that fight. Void leaps forward. Medusa gets in with the slow. That's going to be the end of the Nyx Assassin. Wait, maybe not. He gets the Carapace off. Blink Dagger's going to be up in 3, 2, 1. No, Void is there. He gets him with a hit, and he's going to go down. Able to pick up that kill. And they get another lane of Rax. They give up 4, though, in the end. That was a huge gold swing, though. Oh, 7,700.
Where the difference in XP. It's a huge uptick.
The fight recap says it was about plus 5,100 gold for the Radiant, minus 2,600 for the Dire, and then plus 12,000 experience in favor of the Radiant.
I think key to the fight was the fact that Void managed to stay alive the whole time. In fact, he's about to pick up another kill against the Witch Doctor, it looks like.
He's going to back off, turn around, looking at the Razor. Gets a bash. Razor's got to be a little bit careful here. He might go down. They don't have a Force Snap to save him. Witch Doctor's going to drop his ulti. Oh, the Sunstrike, it lands, but unfortunately it doesn't do enough. And Medusa is standing strong. They get another kill on the Razor. And quickly it's a 5 for... Like, they pick up 2 more kills, and now they're all... Everybody's dead. They certainly have the opportunity here to push high ground, do some work on the Rax. The only problem is they have to get a lot done right now, as if everybody respawns and they're able to lose a fight, it's probably just going to be GG.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Juggernaut's now respawned. He's got Omni Slash. Can look to go in if he wants to. Nyx Assassin's going on Invoker, gets a nice 3-man Impale, quickly bursts down the Invoker, and Juggernaut comes through. Oh, unfortunately, Omni Slash gets cancelled before it can finish anyone off, but they do pick up 1, and they're going to look to go... Sand King able to blink away, so they get the Invoker, but so far nothing else. Nyx Assassin wins his blink up. Oh, never mind. Dagon 5 gives him a zip zap. Takes the kill.
It's like boom, no more Sand. And easy money. Looks like they're trying to come in for the killing push. Sphere going down the middle.
You take this one.
Oh, it doesn't look like there's enough damage though.
Epicenter comes through, it's gonna connect. Unfortunately, Razor's BKB'd, and Sand King almost drops instantly to the Nyx Assassin burst. He's dropping very low, gonna make it out of there. Juggernaut buys back, buys bots, and he's coming back in. Looks like they want to end this game before the Medusa gets too scary. She's lived through a handful of these engagements and has gotten quite tanky. She's now finished her Manta style and has a Talisman of Evasion on hand, so we'll look to see. Juggernaut pops Omni Slash, and that's going to be a dead Invoker, maybe not. Instead, Medusa's going to tank the rest of the Omni, and Juggernaut's going to keep going. Nope. Juggernaut's doing the smart thing. He's just clearing out towers. to be able to clear it. Now it's an exposed Ancient. Oh, Nyx Assassin goes down on the backside. Juggernaut, unfortunately. Oh, Chrono not up right now. He's not going to be up for another 41 seconds. Sunstrike's going to land, though. Oh, the swap! I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but able to dodge the Sunstrike. Still goes down in the end. They get 3, but their throne is now exposed. They have to be very careful that they don't get backdoored.
Ooh. I think key to this series of victories here for the Black Knights is the fact that Faceless Void just never went down. There were many times where he seemed to get down to just a sliver of health and was able to pull back from the brink.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Juggernaut trying to kill this Medusa as quickly as possible. Is trapped in the Chronosphere. Taking damage from Invoker into the Medusa. He is not going down. Epicenter coming in strong, forcing the Witch Doctor and the Mythical Spirit back. Juggernaut trying to do as best he can. Razor coming in with the drain. At this point, the Black Knight team seems to be, or has incredibly low health. It's not able to really fight that long and is forced to retreat.
One of the big things I'm noticing in these fights is Juggernaut's Omni Slash is often getting chewed up by creeps. And while it might not seem a lot because Omni Slash instant kills summoned units, if there's like 3 or 4 creeps though, I mean that's a couple of these bounces that he really needs as he's built towards that ulti. He's not able to chase down and right click people as much as he wants to. I mean he's got the Basher, so he's a little better at it than a lot of the Juggernauts who build this way. And he's decently tanky. He's just having a very hard time staying on the Medusa. I think if he was to go for a Manta style, or sorry, if he was to drop the Ags and pick up a Diffusal Blade, it wouldn't be terrible. He's actually going to sell the Mask of Madness and go for an Eagle Song. I guess looking for that Butterfly, but now he doesn't have buyback. I guess it was on cooldown as well, but either way.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
One of the big problems too is like the net worth chart. It's the Juggernaut sure he's on top, but the Razor didn't get anything, unfortunately, in that offlane. He's actually 0-7 and 14 somehow in this game, and they need to take this. If they can get this Roshan and take a fight off it, it's gonna get spotted out, but they should be able to clear it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
And it looks like the Razor is the one that picks up the Aegis of Immortality.
Yeah. You said that one on Razor? I don't think.
Picks it up, yeah. Seems to be an odd choice, but.
Juggernaut's inventory is full, but honestly, I think he should have just dropped the Eagle Song on the Crow and picked up the Aegis himself, and then when he respawns, get the Eagle Song brought to him or something along those lines. Medusa picks up one of her own butterflies, so now it's very, very tough. And Juggernaut's already committed for his, so he can't go back for a Monkey King bar. I think Medusa's reached the point where if she can get a damage item instead of that Ring of Aquila, like if she gets a Monkey King bar, the next time they win a fight, they take throne mid. And so what we were saying earlier about the game being over is it was only over if they didn't like lose a couple fights like they have. And I don't think it's that they've been throwing the game. I think that they've just not been patient enough. There's been a lot of times where they're very low and they keep going back in. Whereas if they were a little more patient... Oh, that said, Big Chrono comes up from the Faceless Void. swap though onto him. He's gonna keep him alive, and oh man, they're able to combo everything very well. The Stone Gaze and the Epicenter comes through. They're able to clean everybody up, and they're gonna get the Nyx Assassin. The Aegis is gonna be pumped on the Razor, and I think this is the fight they need. They'll be able to clear him up. He does not have a TP scroll. He's gonna be going down. I assume Nyx Assassin just needs a stun, leap forward from the Chrono, or from the Void, sorry, and he gets the kill. Witch Doctor, the only one left alive, and I think the all clear mid is what's in order. Void doing some work there as well. We'll see if there's only a buyback on the Razor. Juggernaut's going to not be up for 84 seconds, as his last death was a buyback. So he doesn't have it now, as he bought out for the finish the butterfly, and
middle barracks are
I think that's going to cost him in the end. That's probably what cost him the game, is that.
Yeah, I mean,
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah.
I feel that they can really
Dire's
essentially
middle barracks
in the game in the
has
next 30
fallen.
seconds they've got it.
Oh man, Void goes forward, gets a bash and a crit, cleans up the Witch Doctor. He doesn't have buyback. Razor's here. He's defending it because he's got it. He's gonna get stunned up. Venge is there, has a stun, throws it out, and they Void and the Medusa. They don't even care. Razor's gonna turn. They're not even hitting him. They're just hitting Throne.
Dire's ancient is
Void.
under attack.
Yeah, they can't. They're just gonna objectively game. There's no reason not to. They're not even worried about it. Oh, that's a Nyx Assassin. He shows up. He's got a dag and actually gonna clean up the Void. Are they gonna be able to keep this alive? Medusa still standing very strong. Has a lot of health. Kind of cutting around. Where is her team? Why are Ogre and Invoker down here when she's trying to finish off the Ancient? She's getting very close though. They've got to clean up these illusions. She's gonna go down in the end, but I mean the Ancient's at 100 and some health. She's got to be yelling at her team. Is she gonna be able to finish it off? She does. She lived, yeah. She was able to stay alive. And that was an interesting game.
Wow, and they're the statistics.
Getting proven wrong a little bit there. The numbers, I mean, it went late, and I imagine if we looked at the times for all those games that Medusa Void have lost, it's because teams had such a strong advantage like the Dire did early, but weren't able to close it out in time. Or were able to close it out before the Medusa Void came online. But
So what do you think Easy Money could have done to try to prevent that as long as possible?
well, at the end of the day, I think it was when they didn't give the Aegis to the Juggernaut. If Juggernaut hadn't bought out, like spent all his money and had kept enough money for buyback, and then got the Aegis, then they go and they push top slowly, and they just sit Juggernaut up front, have the rest of his heroes, like especially the Vengeful Spirit, sitting way behind him. You then just have the Juggernaut go high ground with this healing ward behind him, start hitting the tower, and just slowly chip it away. Sure, they could commit all in on the Juggernaut, but he's going to come back anyway, and then once you do, you can go in with your Nyx Assassin, maybe find a pick off on the side of the Invoker, hopefully have him escape, have the Witch Doctor ward follow up, and then Razor start draining out the Medusa. But the problem was they weren't patient enough. They just kind of rushed it, and they got caught out bottom, kind of by the bottom ward post, and had a really nice Chronosphere into a Stone Gaze Epicenter combination. So it was, I would say, probably just impatience.